Today's adventure takes us deep into the rolling backcountry of western Kentucky. Seated in the southeasterlymost parts of Callaway County, just a few miles from Tennessee, is located the small hamlet of New Concord. This once bustling little community, as of today, has nothing more than a roadside passing. Gone are the yesteryears, memories, history, all that comes with it. A small rural community still abides in the area, but our adventure takes us nowhere else but to the local cemetery. Up here in the small hamlet of New Concord, Kentucky, lies a cemetery on a rolling hill just outside of town, which paints a portrait of an old village. This is a tale of a community that used to thrive for over 150 years. Here in this cemetery lies years gone by of countless tales, from Civil War all the way to local legends, tobacco farming, slavery, all the way to even Indian artifacts. The New Concord Cemetery, located in the southeasternmost part of Callaway County, Kentucky, located only a short few miles from the Tennessee border, Kentucky Lake, as well as the Tennessee Valley, took a lot of premium in education back in the day. Why there are so many documented gravestones here from teachers. Not to mention multiple military veterans from 5 different wars. Storied history of names such as Elkins, McChristian, Winchester, Stubblefield, and Albritton. These are just a few names to mention of the rich history of the forefathers that paved the way for the generations that are enjoying this land today. So what brings us to New Concord, Kentucky Cemetery? We are in search of the oldest known registered, still standing gravestone in Callaway County. Our oldest clue to locating the oldest known recorded registered, still standing gravestone in Callaway County comes from this book. Last year I was gifted by a local historian this 200-year anniversary hardback of the history of Callaway County is where we came across this case on this old gravestone. Don't know if you can see this or not, but this is exactly the gravestone that we are looking for. It bears the name Betsy Farris, born March 2nd, 1793, and died May 22nd, 1831. And it is her gravestone that is supposed to be here. Okay, so we're going to head over to the oldest known part of the cemetery and start looking. Ooh, here we go. This is a really old gravestone. A woman is buried here, and she was born in January of 1846 and died in March of 1874 at the age of 28. A lot of history here. Now, all these gravestones here in the back of the cemetery are dated from the early to mid 1800s, which happened right around the Civil War. We got to keep looking. There's a lot. There's over 700 gravestones here. We're looking for Betsy Farris. Wow, look at this. This is just a tiny, tiny little headstone, and there's nothing legible. I can't read anything. This one looks like it's nothing more than just a rock. And the one next to it, the writing is all wore out. It looks like it's got the symbol of maybe an S or something on there, but it's way too old to even read who was buried and when they were buried here. Wow. Have a look at this elegant tower of a gravestone. What I read on here is that the date of birth was 1809 and died in 1872. And this little guy right here, they were buried here in 1869, just after the Civil War. These little gravestones that are sitting here, a lot of them have no marking whatsoever on them. You can see them These are very, very old, at least 200 years old. (1829 to 1875), 45 years old. That is old. Wow, all the gravestones towards the back of the cemetery have the name Stubblefield Road on them. I keep coming across these gravestones of very young children. This was a baby, only 1 year old, lived in the early 1900s. I could spend countless hours about the heritage and history at this particular cemetery. So much involved, and a lot of people died during the Civil War due to diseases and all that other good stuff. But like all good things, this adventure has got to come to an end sooner or later. Even though we weren't able to locate the elusive Betsy Farris, located here in the New Concord Cemetery, we were able to find a lot of other heritage and historical meaning to the visit here. You know, old veterans from different wars and stuff from the Civil War, teachers, postmasters, entire families that are still household names today in this area that paved the way for this new generation. Until another day when we might be able to find you, Miss Farris, may you rest in peace. Well, hey, thank you so much for hanging out and watching the show in the first part of a series of exploring old cemeteries in Western Kentucky. Until next time, I'll see you then.